Okay, all set there. Good. And TikTok. Here, Daniel, good morning. Let me make my list. You long. Right on. So, yeah, probably we can get started talking. Oh, is my internet okay? Is that glitchy? Something just happened. My whole everything just sort of glitched. Did I have any drop frames now? Okay. All right, good. All right, so number one, I'm looking at ANGH this morning for anybody who's interested in anything that's like a penny stock type of trade. ANGH is where it's at for that. There's a low float penny stock as of a couple days ago. It was penny stock. Now it's up, it hit $3 in pre-market. So today could be the day it doesn't do anything, fails out, turns red, bleeds out. Be careful. But it's been wild for the last couple days. So that's ANGH. I think it's a medical company. So, you got to watch out. Biotech. Symbiotic, another one here. SYM. It's on our hot list because it has 7.5% ADR. And it had good earnings and lots of upgrades, lots of positive upgrades. It's hitting 48-ish this morning. It was 37 yesterday. So this is the kind of situation where it's quite a surprise, and people get caught with their pants down. They want to buy it up. However, I did notice for the last week it's been being bought up, and so therefore there'll be some sell-off probably at the open, some profit taking at the open, and then some further profit taking if it makes lots of progress today, or even in the upcoming days. Those people, those last 5 days of activity, are going to be very interested in taking profits and making a nice exit on their short position, on their long position, but it's a short-term position. But I do believe that there's probably a dip buy going to happen on SYM. That's if it doesn't just run away from you. I mean, if it does, then you got to go for the 1-minute opening range breakout entry or the pre-market high entry, 48.40. So be watching that SYM, and that's a more liquid name, a $3 billion company, and it does average volume of about, well, it says 600,000 here, and so it's 40. So what is that? There's like several $1 million per day. So it's semi legit. It's a little bit low on the volume side, but it's liquid, so it can be swung trade. The market itself has been bleeding since the morning, since it'll show up here 4 a.m. I guess it's been bleeding probably in foreign markets, bleeding out in foreign markets in Asia and Europe. So we will be opening a little bit lower this morning. Now, a quick view at seasonal charts for around the event of Thanksgiving shows that leading up to Thanksgiving, the 2 days leading up to Thanksgiving are usually gains. And then the 2 days after Thanksgiving on the market are usually sell-offs. So there's sort of this anticipation of, I don't know what's going on there, but anticipation of good Black Friday interest, and people want to plant some seeds and money in the market and invest, and then they want to take profits on the next 2 days. So it pretty much goes back to where it came from the following 2 days after that, plus or minus a small bullish bias, over the history of the markets. So that's what we can kind of expect. And there's an FOMC minutes release today at 2 p.m. So we might have squelched volume today. And at 2 p.m., though, it will be released. And that could release a lot of volume and volatility on the market. We also have NVIDIA earnings this evening for the last week and a half. Selling premium on that. So, but I'm not going to be holding that through earnings. That would be that would be a mistake. And so I'll be selling that today at some point before earnings. And you don't want to take any plays on NVIDIA. Well, you know what? Let me take a look at it because it could be set up. Let's see. I don't think it is, if I remember right. Oh, actually it is. Okay. So there is only, the only play you should take before or like into earnings, as opposed to actually playing the earnings reaction tomorrow, which is the proper way to play it, or tonight, by buying some shares if it's a surprise positive earnings reaction, or shorting it, however you want to play it. But going into it, crossing the great divide of the unknown, that's gambling, and you should never do that. Don't ever hold through earnings any time. I mean, you can hedge it. Let's say you have a stock, you can hedge it with some options, or you can hedge it with options, or some situations options with shares. But in general, yeah, you don't want to hold through earnings ever. That's just a gamble. It's just unnecessary risk exposure. You just take your capital, you slide it back off of the craps table, you keep it next to you, let the earnings happen. Whatever it was will kick off whatever trade you could do tomorrow. And so you trade the earnings, but you don't trade into earnings. You trade the earnings reaction. And there's something called post-earnings drift, PED. You can read more about that. Go research that if that's something that interests you. Post-earnings drift on, strong surprises is a real thing, for the following days. If there was a big positive surprise or a big negative surprise, the stock tends to continue in that direction for many days. Nothing's easy. It's not it's not exactly linear, so you will have to know how to correctly add a buffer of risk there that you can clamp down on as the trade works in your favor. Of course, it could be a very good idea at the open tomorrow to sell options because the volatility will be sucking out of them, and you probably get an extra little boost there selling the options. And so what you would do is, let's say it was a surprise positive earnings, and you're expecting price to remain the same, maybe dip a little bit, if not go up and continue and be bullish for the next week or two or following days. Then you would sell puts, because those will never happen. And yet people will buy them. They'll want to take that bet, but the probability of that will be very low. And so you can just sell puts in that situation, or vice versa, right? All right. So, okay, that gets us pretty up to date. Where are we now? We're about 15 minutes roughly before the open. And like I said, there's a possible intraday day trading opportunity on the penny stock ANGH. If that's your thing, cool. There you go. SYM was at 37 yesterday. It's now hitting 48. And it got upgraded, had very good earnings and earnings reaction, has gotten some great upgrades. Like I said before, there was 6 days of people buying into such a thing, into it, going long. And so there's going to be probably 30% of those, that volume will be profit taking at the open and throughout the day. And then there'll be further profit taking on any price progress by those people. The question that will be interesting to watch is, can it achieve higher relative volume today in demand, in buying it up, which should be the case. There should be some demand there, such that it will just blast through all that selling. But if not, par on balance, it still would be therefore a dip buy. But in order to properly time that dip buy, I recommend using the 5-minute dip buy strategy that I invented for myself. I just call it the 5-minute dip buy, and what you do is you just let the 5-minute candles transpire, so long as price is selling off. You let the 5 minutes candles transpire, and eventually there'll be one which comes over the top of a prior one. And it's at that moment that you go ahead and you enter, and you set your stop to the lowest price between those two candles, the one that's currently happening or the one that was right before it. That's it. You set your stop and you size your position accordingly with the 1% rule. All right, well, that gets us pretty up to date. So, and then also on SYM, if it just happens to fly right out of the gate, then you got to let it trade for 60 seconds, and then you can grab it on the 1 minute breakout. Another point in which it could be grabbable is at 48.40 pre-market high, and in fact, it's at 48 right now. When we started talking about it just about 10 minutes ago, it was at 47.40. So it's actually continuing to be bought up, and the demand is certainly there. There's some FOMO. But this is a $3 billion company, and it could get some institutional attention. So that's exactly what you want as a retail investor. You'd love to just ride the back of an institutional purchasing spree. And, as you know, institutions can't buy up a stock too quickly. So you could see institutional purchasing on dips and even breakouts, and in general, algorithmically, on average, on SYM for days, because it's only a $3 billion company. So it shouldn't take too long for them to position, $100 million into that if that's what they wanted to. But it could take a week, maybe even a week and a half. So keep your eye on SYM, just because it's maybe fails out today and then has a second pullback type day tomorrow, doesn't mean it won't level off and start to get bought up. Keep it on your radar for at least a week right now. At least probably 2 weeks. Oh, that reminds me, I should add it to the hot list. Hot list, yes. What? Where is the hot list? It has the dollar sign though. That's probably putting it in a funny spot here. Where is my hot list? Okay, can't find my hot list. Okay, that's weird. I think I can just press plus. All right, well, there you go. This one. Oh, no wonder. It's already on my hot list. That could probably be why it won't add it to it. It's already on the hot list. This is something we've been watching. It has 7.5% ADR, so it moves very well. Is Boeing breaking out? I mean, Boeing's a really low ADR, so there's not much you can do with it that you would call home about. The ADR on it is 2%. Lately, it's been 3.8%, so that is useful. It's not breaking out. Well, I mean, it already did, like yesterday. It's not breaking out right now. Yesterday, it's breaking out of a small pullback. I wouldn't even, put the headline on that as breaking out. It's continuing. It's been in an uptrend and bottom reversal since November 13th. It's been in a reversal going up. And so then, a little consolidation. Then yesterday, big day. And, today, by the way, let's talk about the markets now. I think if I didn't already, did I? No, I don't think I did. So the markets have been bleeding out and been selling off all morning. No, I think we did talk about that a little bit. And then we've got Thanksgiving coming up with 2 days of seasonally predicted gains on the market. People tend to buy up into Thanksgiving. So we'll probably see this pullback bought up, supported, and we'll see 2 more days of gains. But we do have FOMC minutes again coming at 2 p.m. today, and so volume could be squelched, and buying could be derailed at 2 p.m. today when the FOMC minutes come out. And then we talked about it already, but after Thanksgiving, there should be 2 days of sell-off. NVIDIA reporting earnings after hours today, so that'll be something we'll be watching. And I do believe there is a lotto put play, is what I was basically trying to get to with NVIDIA, and I never even mentioned it. But yeah, there's a lotto put play that could be done on NVIDIA so long as today isn't some huge red sell-off before earnings release. But if everyone remains bullish, which is what the charts look like, and then they get caught red-handed, it's going to be a very nice asymmetrical return on a put, on a lotto put. As far as it doing what you think it might do, which is go up, that you could get after it goes up. You don't gamble. But as far as gambles go, there is a lottery ticket you could get as a put. But the nice thing about that is it's a positive long-term expectation to play in such a manner like that, because the risk is asymmetrical. It's not a coin flip. And, you'd make maybe 2,000% in some situations, whereas normally you lose 100%, maybe 70% of the $5, $20, $50, $100 that you'd have to spend to get that lotto put. They will be most expensive at the near the close today during power hour. Those options. 8 minutes until the market opens. What'd you say? Let's see. Made a bit from the CRISPR recommendation. Nice. There you go. When do you think it'll dip back down? That's pretty funny. You don't have to wait for a dip, to add. CRSP. CRISPR. Oh yeah, it's really running. And basically what you want to do, maybe you already did, is be taking profits on that as it went up so exponentially like that. 2 exponential days in a row are so rare that you basically should sell everything at the top of the second day. It doesn't even matter if it goes for a third day. It's just too rare not to take advantage of. So yeah, that's been 2 days of excellent gains over there. When did we decide to get into that? Was it yesterday or was it earlier? It'd be nice if we found the earlier one, which was at 58. Anybody else get in that CRSP? Camille, hey, welcome. Justin, everybody, Bob. You bet. All right, so yeah, we got 7 minutes before the market opens, and although it is bleeding out, it's only halfway pulled back since yesterday's progress. And like I say, historically, the 2 days leading up to Thanksgiving are typically bought up. By the way, December's typically historically flat, roughly flat. And also, by the way, looking at NVIDIA, there could be an expected boom pop in February, because historically, February NVIDIA pops in the second week. All right. I think we're all set. We're all good. We got 6 minutes before the open. And I had an Iron Condor on Dick's Sporting Goods, DKS. I think that's Dick's Sporting Goods. And I didn't realize it, but I had earnings this morning. Luckily, I do not want to hold that, typically over. You do not want to hold any kind of position over earnings. Luckily, earnings were within the Iron Condor, which is nice. So volatility will drop big at the open, and I'll go from 8% gains to probably nearly full percent gains on that, especially if Dick's sells off, and heads back towards where it came from. This week in class, remind me, you guys, this week in class, we're going to talk about reversion. In case I forget. I'm like, what did I say I was going to talk about? And you guys, reversion. All right. Mean reversion, which is quite nice. It's not mean. It's the kind of reversion we like. What night is class? Carl. Are you just what do they call that? Well, anyway. Oh, that's right. Oh shit. Thank you. No, we won't be doing class on Thanksgiving. I think I'll do class on Wednesday night then. Let's do class Wednesday night. I mean, I should take class off this week, But I believe I missed some classes this year. It's been an amazing year. Has everybody been a happy member? Yes. Um, I think I missed a couple classes this year that I didn't expect to miss. So I wouldn't mind putting this one in. So we can talk about, we can have class on Wednesday night, whether it be an hour or two. If it ends up going 3 hours, great. But, that'd be fine. Class Wednesday night for members. Anybody else watching out there, if you're interested in membership, the link's in the bio. Just go there. You can get where you need to get to. It's like a link tree. There's lots of things to choose from, but it should be pretty clear. Hey, RJ, good morning. And so we're all good there. RJ, we're for the kind of thing that you like to day trade in the morning. If so, is we're looking at is ANGH. I'm not going to be day trading that, but it's a wild penny stock that's been wild for the last couple days. Also, SYM on our hot list with a 7.5% ADR, up at $48 after 37 yesterday on good earnings and great surprise earnings reaction and analyst upgrades. It does look like there was some buying going into that, so we'll see 30% of that volume as profit taking pressure. But overall, we're looking for a dip buy on SYM and probably post earnings drift upward for the next week or two or three or month or 2 or 3. So there's something that could happen there on SYM, and either you can get the 1 minute breakout long on the opening or the pre-market high long at 48.40, or the 5 minute dip buy would probably work out just fine if it starts bleeding out. I would just leave it for the 5 minute dip. If you start to see red and it's not following through, green, don't give up on it. And I also, oh, wow, whoo, huge push right now on SYM. Who did that? Raise your hand. There it goes. It was at 47.20 while we were talking, and then all of a sudden, bam, it just hit 48.45. That broke pre-market highs. That is an entry based on pre-market high break on SYM 2 minutes before the open here. That's a little trigger. Anyway, and then also, even if it starts to dip and doesn't even happen, fails out and all that, the next couple days could be a good opportunity for some kind of a entry down in the lows that it would create. As institutions probably come in, some of them will come in and sweep this up over the next 2 weeks. If not today. 2 million. So it's already at 300% RVOL. So it's going to do over 1,000% RVOL today. So this puppy is hot. SYM. It's a $3 billion company. Maybe it goes to 53. It's not like there's a whole percentage gain here to be had, but it's good. And it could end up being a swing trade. It could end up at $60 in a week or two. Who knows? Even today, who knows? You never know. It's an opportunity. All right. What was I going to say? Yeah. 45 seconds to the open. We're fully prepared here. RJ, you came in a little late. But yeah, we covered everything. We even talked about Thanksgiving seasonality and NVIDIA popping in February in 2024 expectation and all kinds of, we covered a lot. RJ, if you'll be around after like 10, maybe 11 or something Eastern time, then we can chat. All right, here we go. 15 seconds to market open. All right, I'm going to be managing my positions. So you guys do your trading. If you want to learn more about trading, I can teach you. All right, 2 seconds to the open. All right, there we go. SYM, I can tell you right now, it's hitting 50. So that pre-market signal is following through on SYM. The market is currently selling off. I do believe, based on seasonality, that it will be bought up going into Thanksgiving. We do have the FOMC minute release today, though, at 2 p.m. So volume could be light. Boo! SYM hitting almost 51 now. There it goes, SYM. There's a reason why I pull these up for you guys every morning. All right, who's in it? Yeah, MCAF. I looked at that. It's just not enough volume. Is popping, although below pre-market high. Okay. Well, someone says MCAF is popping. All right, the market is bleeding out. That's pretty much exactly playing right into my hands on all of my spreads, iron condors. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 iron condors, which means I have 14 spreads. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more spreads. And I forgot, I need to probably dump Microsoft. The way this is moving around. Yeah, got it. I got to dump. I have a little Microsoft position that I got in yesterday. It's time to get rid of it. There we go. It's gone. And then what did I do with DDOG here? Let's see. If I don't know why it does the fucking Thinkorswim when you click on it. Okay, there you go. DDOG, I have the 107. Spread. Put credit spread. 107. So DDOG, where is that? What is that looking like? Let's look at that over here. It's great. It's doing great. So I'll just let that sit. All right. Well, we're already up $1,000 in all these iron condors and everything. Don't think you can't make money with spread trading when it says that, you know, it's only you can make $20 risking $400. You can, because if you sell 30 contracts, you're talking about $600, and you multiply that by 10 positions, you're working like a $6,000 or a $10,000 gain. All right, the market with a little bounce right now. SYM selling off. Be careful though, because you know, have a trading plan on that, because we do expect that to be bought up institutionally. If not today, probably today, but if not today, then over the next few days. So either you're in it for a swing, or you now need to get out, because it did. I think it did break the 1 minute opening low, and it's about to break a pivot low. If it does do that, you exit. You have to exit. You'll find another entry. That's just the way it goes. For risk reasons, I got to scale out a little bit on my SPY calls I've been selling. They're just a little bit too close for comfort here. And NVIDIA, I'm up half $1,000 on those. Nice thing about the Iron Condor is it doubles your return for no additional capital. I won't say additional risk. Well, actually, I mean that's basically true because you can't because a price of a stock can't be up and down at the same time. It's either going to end up or it's going to end down. So by this, that's kind of I would call it a hack or a glitch in the in the matrix, is that, you know, iron condors are fucking incredible because you basically double your gains for no extra risk other than that you could have made a stupid decision. Like, that's possible. Okay. So, but you know, done right, and that's the situation. All right, SYM failing out. So now SYM will be a 5-minute dip buy type of situation. Yeah, I was looking at LQR, but nah, it's, you know, the housing play, and it was bleeding out. Nah, it just was not the kind of thing you want to stay in and be in. You don't have to trade. You don't have to be in something every day, you know. I'm going to put another order into scale out of my SPY call spread, call credit spread. Just like get like little sales here and there on it throughout the day if it's going to stay so testy like it is. Okay, it's looking good, looking good. Up 1.2 grand now. Across the board, power of theta. Everything is moving, playing right into my hands. Let's see here. That would be bullish. Okay, what's everybody trading at this point? I can take a look at it. Right off of the open, Melly and Burl and Plexus are something we need to look at. Let's look at Melly. Stuck in some Baba calls. Okay, I'm going to take a look at that for you in a second. Melly off of the open. Yeah, Melly looking great. Melly call a Melly long right now. MELY for a swing trade. 3.36% ADR. What I want to know is, can I sell a put credit spread? Let's see. Because if I did, it easily could be the 1430. But does it provide? No. It doesn't even have really the liquidity. Boy, those options are really scraggly. Not good. But how about for a week out? Let's see. Week out also very thin. Now, unfortunately, the options on Melly are just way too thin. Thinly traded. That's unfortunate. Yeah, everything's doing great. But American Airlines, oh nice, around 11:14, around the end of October. Biggest position is sound at 134. Okay, let's check out BABA. Can we take long sim after 5-minute closed candle? No, that's not how that 5-minute dip buy works. The 5-minute dip buy is when we get a price that goes above the high of a prior 5-minute candle. I don't know if that's the case right now on sim. Anybody? I don't think it is. So we're still waiting. Baba, yeah. So what happened here? You're in calls on Baba, stuck in Baba calls, but I mean it's working. Which calls do you have, little Cam? I don't trade forex, but I have lots of experience trading forex, but I don't trade it. So that should probably fucking tell you something about forex. Forex, you could trade forex, you know. You just got to specialize in that. Little Cam, are you still here? Which calls do you have? Just worried with Jack Ma selling 10 million shares today, but I have 4 end of week 80 calls. Okay. You know, by the way, why not instead of getting 4 out of the money calls, why not get 1 deep in the money call? That would have been a lot better for you. Go check that out, little Cam. I am right. Then the other one somebody was talking about was AAL. I'd like to look at that. Yeah, that's cool. I believe I was looking at the options on that yesterday or last week, and I didn't really find anything valuable there. I'm going to take another look right now. Let's see. American Airlines. Let's say we went with the well, the thing is, let's see how liquid are they by the time they expire. Let's see. Not too much. Not very good. Let's see. Next expiration. Not okay. That's better. Yeah, that's fine. But those are all around the money. Out of the money, not too good. Nah, but how out of the money are we talking? 10. I would want to get the 1150 if it exists. Let's take a look at that for a second. The 1150 expiring just before Christmas. 25 delta. Well, I'll give it a try. If it pays well. 8 for 42. 5 to 1, 4 to 1. Yeah, that's okay. Not too bad. I'll put it on. What, you know, might as well try. Get I can do 20 contracts. I'm gonna have to do more. I feel like I'm really close to where I would regret doing this. It's kind of borderline. I'm gonna leave it alone. But you could do it, but it's a bit borderline. I gotta take a little bit more risk off of SPY right now. How about CDO? Yeah, I'd have to take a look at that. That's just been crazy, right? Looks like the market just made a new low. All right, so you know this is just Excellent. Playing right into my hand. The way the market's moving right now. Yeah, when the Fed minutes show up, it'll be interesting. I I don't know if they're announcing whether or not there'll be cuts or not. I don't know what those minutes entail. I haven't looked into it. If that's the case, then yeah, it's going to release a lot of volatility on the market. Okay, I think SYM's getting close to a 5 minute dip by here. Yep, that's a 5 minute entry on SYM. It should have been a little bit ago, in fact. You're still good. The correct entry should have been, and RJ would know this, 44.88 with risk to basically the bottom there, 43.37. So $1.50 of risk entry on SYM. It's already at 46, and this could kick off the institutional buying back to the open, and it could go further from there. But again, the market is actually moving against us right now, so it may catch a headwind. Marcus said no. I don't know what he's talking about, but if it was because Radislav said, "Can we take long sim after a 5 minute candle close?" and he said no, that's badass. That's funny. What company trade usually? Which market cap? What company do I trade usually? No, really, honestly, everything. The market is something that we probably trade most regularly. So, SPY, QQQ. But companies that we trade, like right now, I'm very interested in what is it? DraftKings and Palantir is interesting. But today, not so much. But I've got Lulu. I've got some trades on for Lulu, Now, Coin, Dix, DKS. By the way, that's at 24%. Remember, I was saying it was at 8% yesterday. Now it's at 24% as the volatility crush is happening. Microsoft, Tesla, Avgo, Nvidia. But Nvidia, I'm probably going to take off by the end of the day. Dollar Tree, Datadog. I think I got to sell Datadog. What's going on here? Let me see. Exit, I should say. No, it's perfectly fine. So I just got to wait for the theta decay on that because I have the 107. I've sold the 107 put, and it's bullish at the moment. So just got to let the theta decay. I'm earning $100 a day on that DDOG DK. As a matter of fact, I probably should slap some Iron Condor on the top of that. Let me take a look. If I did, we might be looking at, for example, the 114 by the end of the week. I feel like Datadog could hit that, though. That's the only thing. So the question is, could I go even less risky to 115? And would it be profitable? Let's see. 11 for 89. It's like 7 to 1. For no extra risk, do we think Datadog's going to close above 115 by Friday? Yeah, I'll put it on, and I'll just take it off if it gets rather close. DDOG, how many did I have here? 30 contracts, so we'll do the same on this other side. And buying power effect, 0. No additional risk. No additional capital required. Beauty of the Iron Condor. So now I'll be making double the gains so long as price is in between 107 and 115 for the next couple days. Yeah, so the market just wants to kind of hang out here, it looks like. Let me see. High projected end of day volume so far. On SPX, let's check SPY, because sometimes those volumes can be inaccurate. Right now it's showing just average, and we are only 20 minutes into trading too, so those projections can sometimes be off. And the QQQ is showing above average volume trading, but let me check the NQ. And that's below average. Nice, and that has a nice projection on it as well. So probably low volume until the FOMC, the Fed minutes are released, is what's going to transpire. All right, you guys, let me get into the group now. That should get you all caught up and ready to go on the market. By the way, if you're in the 5-minute dip buy trade on SYM, if it goes below a prior 5-minute low, that can be an exit. You want to take some partial profits at the open ning price. You want to take some partial profits at the high of the day, and then whatever's left over, you can definitely let it run across the 5-minute low, called bar by bar. That's the exit strategy on that. And then it's a little trade. So they last like 20 to 40 minutes, sometimes an hour and a half at most. And if you lose, sometimes that happens. So, all right. Again, this program is for educational purposes. I don't give any advice. I'm not telling you what to do. You do what you do on your own accord. I'm not legally your financial advisor. This is an educational program. That's the most it could be. All right, everybody, good luck, and I'll see you in the group. Have a good day if I don't talk to you sooner than later. And RJ, let's chat in just a little bit here. I'll keep you posted as to if I'm going to be able to do that in like right away, or if it's going to be in like an